Hello everybody, my name is Sean, and today I'm going to be discussing the Farpoint 40 and the Farpoint Trek 55. When I was originally looking for a bag this last year, I discovered the Farpoint series and looked them up pretty extensively. However, just generally searching specifically for Farpoint, I was not finding this Trek, and so I totally missed this. It didn't hit my radar at all. I ended up buying this for an international travel where I intended to just use a single bag only, and did almost 3 weeks in Europe. The bag worked out phenomenally. I would say that I overpacked a little bit, and I still had a little bit of room left in there, so no complaints there. However, after discovering the Farpoint Trek 55, I felt it was necessary to go ahead and take a look at this thing and see how it compared out, especially because there's a lot of things that have been incorporated into the Farpoint model lineup that a lot of people have been wanting. So when I was looking on YouTube, I was unable to find anybody that was doing a direct comparison for these two, and so I thought I'd go ahead and take the moment to share a little bit of time with you guys. And I've only had this for a day and a half just to kind of eyeball it and give you my feedback. Take it for what it is. It's all personal opinion. So immediately out of the gate, you can see that there is a large height difference here. Both these backpacks have solid metal frames with them, so they're not really compressible to a certain extent. So I wanted you to immediately see the height difference, because this one here, being able to fit under the radar as far as carry-on luggage goes, basically proves this one here is not going to fly for the most part. There might be some airlines you can get away with it. I was kind of thinking that I could just underpack the bag and scrunch it down a little bit. That's not going to work. This particular bag here, the frame ends right here, so there is no scrunching down. This one, there's only the top portion here that can come down, and then from there, it's all frame. And this one in particular is a little more springy. The reason behind that is the old bag here is designed just to have a nice big pad for you. I'm gonna be honest with you, when I had to do extensive walking with this, I run naturally hot. I was sweating a bit from this. It doesn't breathe worth crap. That's fine, it is what it is. However, one of the big interests behind some of these bags, and in particular a Osprey Stratos that I tried out in the past, was this new trampoline style that allows all this breathability, which you can see through the side here. Well, one thing I experienced with that Stratos was that in conjunction with having this, for whatever reason, they give you a really tall piece that goes behind your neck, and I found that really dug into my neck. It was incredibly uncomfortable. This one here happens to do the exact same thing, so it automatically nixes this as being a bag that I can go to. However, I still figured I'd go ahead and show you guys how this thing really compares out size-wise. Some of the features behind it that I think separate it from this, etc. So, to begin with, I'm going to just go ahead and show you a very quick and dirty loadout that I have that is equivalent to my trip to Europe this last year. It was in November, it was mild weather, there was nothing crazy. I want you to be able to witness and see how each of these bags handle the various loads so that you can determine for yourself if this is something worth the, A, the expense, because it is significantly more, but B, also trying to finagle your way onto a plane with it as a carry-on, or if it's worth actually checking the bag. So, in that event, I'm going to go ahead and open this thing up, and we have our general clamshell opening here. And I'm not going to get too technical with this pack job at all. It's just, like I said, it's going to be down and dirty. I just want you to see inefficiency at its finest, that this thing here could still handle everything. Basically, what I have loaded up amongst this group of items is a pair of jeans, assuming that you're obviously wearing an entire outfit going, so that'd be secondary item. Pair of jeans, 5 regular shirts, 5 undershirts, 5 pairs of underwear, 5 pairs of socks. There's a towel for hostel living, and there's also a down coat in here as well. So between all these items here, this basically constitutes the bulk of what I had for my last trip. There were some odds and ends in there that are not included, such as a padlock for my drawer at hostels, passport, you know, just odds and ends. Nothing that really makes or breaks this as a packing example for you. So twist it around, whatever. Anyways, what I want you to see here is that with this packed up, we still have quite a bit of sidewall here to go. There is room on top. I've not played any kind of Tetris games or anything with this, which some of you may very well be aware of, that you can sit there and move things around to get the utmost in space. Great, neat, whatever. Towel I actually just ran on the back of this. It really does not matter. One of the things that was huge for me, and it was a discovery after getting the bag for this particular model, where I was going, there was a high amount of pickpockets and such, and I was pretty concerned with that, so I wanted to make sure I had lockable zippers. Both these have it, that's great. However, one of the really nice features here is that I was able to run a lock through both of these locks at the same time. Not a big deal, but get that fit through here. So with both of them locked in, then pulling the compression straps over as well, you can practically hide the zippers altogether so that there can't be an opportunity of somebody digging through your backpack from the top end because they can't find anything. So mine's a little bit more bulky because I have a flashlight attached to that, but just to give a general idea, it all hides away nicely. As far as the zipper up here, I actually just tuck it inside of, the little handle here inside of itself, and then zip it down, and that thing hides away as well. So the average person is unable to see anything, and that's fantastic. One of the big qualms with this backpack compared to this one is these little packs here where you're supposed to be able to store your water. A, once you cinch it down, there's no room. B, even if you do have something there, there's no way to easily grab that. I mean, every time you're obviously pulling the backpack off. So I had a huge Nalgene bottle hanging off the side of this, which is really exciting, being slapped around constantly when it's full of water. So, a bit annoying, but this here is a fully loaded bag. Cinched down, nothing technical about it. From the side view here for each of these. One key thing to note is how this is nice and flat. That's going to come into play here in a moment when I show you the loadout for this thing here. Also, one other thing to note is with that Osprey 40 being completely loaded out, this is a typical medium-sized travel bag for carry-on. You can see the Osprey's even a little bit smaller, obviously due to the wheels and such, but I wanted to give you a good idea how that compares out. And that'll come into some reasoning here why after I get this one loaded out. Okay, so this beast here is supposed to have all kinds of add-ons that are supposed to be great for the average traveler, but it's also somebody who likes to do trekking. I was kind of looking forward to something that's going to give me additional benefits and such, primarily for the travel piece, less of the trekking. I'm very utilitarian. I like lots of pockets, lots of organization, clever storage space, etc. So out of the gate, some things to know about this that are absolutely fantastic in my opinion are these two openings at the top here. One of them is designed for the rain cover for this thing. However, the rain cover, in my opinion, is quite large and bulky, and I would probably never carry it with me. It is designed to be able to wrap around this thing and turn it into a duffel in the event that you check your bag, neat, whatever. However, this thing here is pretty damn large. If you're really concerned about I guess dealing with the rain as a traveler and not somebody that's out hiking, obviously hiking, that's going to come in more handy, but if you're just out traveling and such and you're going to be having to walk for 30 minutes, whatever, pack a trash bag, who cares? That is light, it's simple, it works, it's reusable, no big deal. Because this here gives you a lot of great space, and there's an additional pocket here, same thing. The best things about these is you can pack the more important items that matter to you as far as when dealing with travel abroad and pickpockets. You can have your passport in here, cell phone, any important documents, things like that. I like the safety piece behind that. And this one here is a narrow one that you could actually tuck the zipper in, like I showed you earlier, and hide that thing away. And it's not apparent at all. That's great. This back piece here is adjustable based on height, comfort, levels, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I appreciate that they put in little pockets here on the waist straps. However, they are rather small. You could easily get a Cliff Bar in there. An iPhone 10 regular model, not the plus size models or anything, does not fit. So just to give you an idea of how small they are, unless you're carrying some old school flip phone, your phone's probably not going in there. Another thing to appreciate on these, for the new one, is it has pull straps on both sides for the outside. This one here only has it on the one side that you can pull. So it also has a spot to be able to throw. You could just stuff a coat there real quick. You can have a rain jacket there, cinch that down. It's designed for people that are, of course, doing their trek travel, more outdoor stuff, so they can pack a sleeping bag, what have you. Once again, my key focus here is being able to travel around the world, less of the hiking piece with it. So a big add-on they did with this that I really appreciate is that you can now do a bladder in here for a hydration pack. That's cool and all. It doesn't leave you much of a pocket there, so if you want to carry a laptop or something like that, you can shove it in. But one of the issues to this thing, I don't know if you can tell from the video, this whole thing is curved. It has a huge contour to it. It is not flat like this thing is, because it's contoured to your spine in conjunction with the spacing there. So that is effectively taking up space within this thing. But equally, depending on what you have for a laptop, if you do decide to carry one with you, you could run into a situation, aluminum framed laptop, perhaps like a MacBook Air or something like that. It could potentially bend if you end up adding enough pressure on here to that contour, and that's not going to be a thrilling thing to discover on your adventure. Another thing that is really nice upgrade on this is a little hidden pocket here that once you end up using this, this is a new kind of like compression strap for the inside, just for one section only that you can do. So anyways, you can tuck your passport or something in there and then have it compressed around your gear, and it's completely hidden. That's awesome. I totally appreciate that. So back to just a rough pack job here. Since this thing here is designed for a big compression piece, I might as well throw this big poppet in. We'll go ahead and cinch it down, and then we'll just kind of fill in from the bottom wherever we can. This loadout here is not necessarily correct in any way, shape, or form. I'm not trying to impress you with my packing skills. Straight up demoing how this here works. You can get those nice and tightened down, great. And then just go ahead and fill in everything else here. Okay, so this thing here now contains all the same stuff that the other one had. Once again, it's not packing anything special. This here is a down jacket that can easily be compressed down more. It's in a rather big cinch bag. I just have a smaller one that it came with. So you can see here that we still have room up into the top a bit, nothing crazy, but take note of the sides here. The zippers are already at capacity. This thing is not near as deep as the 40-liter bag. So that may run into an issue for you, especially when the spacing piece matters. This thing here is just much more narrow all around than that one, and that one looks like you're wearing a turtle shell. This one here just long and lean. But it does still very much fit. It does have plenty of space left in there. If you are still interested in buying this bag, after the things that I've mentioned to you, I do highly recommend you go somewhere like REI or one of the other reputable places that offers up the ability to stuff this thing full of weight, because I do believe that you should get this thing adjusted to fit you correctly and then actually wear it around the store while you're doing your shopping. Because like I mentioned for myself, that piece in the back right here really digs into the back of my neck. It is incredibly uncomfortable. I like that it's all nice and padded and everything, but it doesn't matter because along the stitching piece here is the part that just digs in deep. So there you have it. Some other things to note: the handle here is much smaller. In some ways it's kind of nice, but this one here is big and padded, comfy. They also have it for the little side piece with carrying as a duffel. This one here, once again the smaller one. I also appreciate that they have added in all kinds of extra loops and clips and things here that you can use for attaching other backpacks, little day bags, etc. Huge benefit on this one here is the side pockets for your water bottles and such. With this thing on, there's no way in hell you're reaching back and grabbing this way. However, it does happen from an angle here as well, which might be able to work for you, depending on how much of a contortionist you are. So I believe that covers everything that I wanted to kind of really show you, comparing differences between these two. The biggest piece behind this is I just wanted to help anybody that's trying to figure out the differences between them, because I was having a really difficult time with that for the 40 liter to this. One other thing I should probably mention before closing out, it also has an outer side pocket here, which is kind of neat, but that one's one you can't really hide away too well, so nothing too important going in. And the last piece I want to show you is comparing this thing out to the largest piece of luggage I have. This is just to give you a true example of its size. This piece of luggage is damn huge. I hate traveling with this thing. This is a last resort. I can't even tell you what the hell I'd load into it because I would never do it. But this bag is not that far from being there. You may think that you're traveling pretty light, but 55 liters is pretty damn big. So take that into consideration when you're doing your purchases. Also be aware for the guys that are looking for something a little bit smaller, you could get the Fairview, the women's version of this, which is actually 50 liters. I think it's something like 4 inches shorter. So you're getting closer to the limits and everything for the plane. However, this one here is 21 inches. I believe this comes at like 29, 28, something in there. So even with the 4 inches shorter, you're still over 3 on this one. It's still overall just a larger bag. So there you have it, guys. I hope this helps somebody out. Anyways, have a good day.